So Ann, where do we start? How long have I known you?
At least 28 years.
At least?
At least since Tom and I got married.
Yes. So you and Tom live in Krieg Hall, which is a wonderful neighborhood with rolling lawns and lots of space. And the houses were all built in the 50s and 60s. Mm-hmm. They're one-level homes. So that when I came in to do the evaluation, that was one of the things that I immediately said. We have great one-level living.
Due to his mobility issues and from Parkinson's disease, we were beginning to have a lot of problems in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Many bathroom issues. Shower, you couldn't step over a tub into a shower, maneuvering once in the shower, needing a shower seat, but not being able to get in and turn around and get down on the seat, get up from the seat, a toilet seat over the toilet, and a very small, cramped bathroom, a bathroom that wasn't designed for these extra appliances and devices.
The problem was the access to the house, that there's at least a 3-foot drop from every entry. And he was struggling with stairs, and you were struggling with supporting his weight. So we started looking for solutions, and the end solution was the best one, which is we used part of the carport to construct the ramp. And we did it where it was covered so that you had safe passage in bad weather, cold weather, icy weather. But in the end, we built a switchback ramp under the carport, and it worked beautifully. And then later, some of your all's church friends came in and built off of that ramp a beautiful little deck area that has provided some wonderful places for you all to sit and look out on the yard, and some of his favorite pastimes, I know.
From indoor to outdoor to the car or to the deck was just a breeze. You know, it just made it so easy. And Tom's a real outdoor person, and it was very important that he be able to spend time outdoors and it be safe, that we didn't have to roll him across a yard, bumpy grass and things like that. And I think, you know, as any patient, if they have a progressive disease, your world gets smaller, and you live in less space. You know, you're maybe not going to your office as much. You're maybe not going to the kitchen as much in different areas of the house just because you're not able. So to have a suite where you're spending time, if you have a hospital bed or you have, you know, your medication all in one place, can take care of your bathroom needs. You can get in and out of your closet in a wheelchair. You know, that's the independence you're talking about. Mm-hmm. I think to have a nice, calming, even beautiful environment for that makes a big difference in how the patient feels about himself or herself. One of the things that I really loved about this, it gave us the flexibility to enter and exit the shower in different ways, was that the door will go in. You can open to go in and or out. You can go in from this way, and we used it both ways. One of the great features of the shower for the patient that makes everything really work for someone who is struggling with mobility issues, whether they're using a handheld walker or riding in a wheelchair, or eventually and transferring to a place, or eventually having to bring a wheelchair completely into a shower, is the feature of in this whole area where there's a seat attached to the wall, and it pulls down when you're not needed. It's well out of the way. But this seat gives the patient just full access to everything that's needed. The grab bars are phenomenal, and they are necessary. The floor is slightly sloped so that the water drains, so it's not pooling underneath your feet. There's a niche over here right at the fingertips so that you can get to your shampoo and your soap and anything else you might need. If you're going to be shaving in the shower, you have all your products there. And the faucet is easily reached from the sitting position, and the handheld is up a little bit high right now, but that was one of the great features of it, is that it can change height too, so you can have the handheld right right here. It can be locked down into place so that the patient can just turn the water on and have it stationary and wash, or if needed, if there's a caregiver or the patient can, you know, rinse your feet wherever needed, easy access. And this also, one of the things that I think was really, really nice that I guess the plumbers did it, is this only turns to a certain point, so there's no fear of getting scalded. If you have someone like with Parkinson's, like my husband, they may not have complete control and might be jittery or might accidentally push it too far by leaning on it or something, and by having it where it stops just at the perfect temperature for that patient is a nice feature, but it's also a safety. Prevents scalding, so it's a safety help aid also.
So I want to join Ann in this part of the video to talk about the rest of the bathroom and what we did. We designed a bathroom toilet area with full access for transfer, side, front, whatever we needed there. And over here we worked with the vanity area for her as well as for Tom with some safety features I'd like for her to tell you about.
First of all, Tom, in the wheelchair, this whole area here, the wheelchair could turn 360 degrees, which is absolutely wonderful. And there was plenty of room to come in, turn the wheelchair, and take him right up under the sink, where there was room for his knees up under there, so he could see himself in the mirror. I remember the first time he did that in a mirror and said, I haven't seen myself in a mirror in so long, and it's things you take for granted. You don't realize that someone, you know, it's just stuff we do every day, that they've lost that independence, and that this sink brought it back. This is a wonderful feature of the sink too. The water is designed so that you actually leave the lever in position on all of the time, and you can just tap it for off and on. And I don't know if you can catch this right here, but this shows you it'll be blue for when the water's cold, pink for when it's warm, and red for when it's hot. So he could see a visible reminder that there was when it was time to put the hands under the water or not, so when it was safe to do so.
And then we had a roll-in sink area for him, and this barrier was here for the first part of the design, but as he needed to bend further and reach further, we took that barrier off and we wrapped the pipes so he had better access underneath as well. So this is totally removable and put back whenever you want, you know, a cleaner look. So
and lighting it was wonderful. He still was not able to shave, but this whole area was just perfect for it, because the low sink allowed me to sit at his level and shave and reach the sink, which would have been really difficult here, which was difficult in the kitchen we were talking about a little bit earlier.
And in addition, this bathroom is for Ann as well as for Tom. So as we worked through the spaces, she and I talked about what she had to store and how it would be stored, where her mirrors would be, what kind of lighting we would have. Colors were important, always have been important to Ann. She's very good at putting her colors together because she's an artist. And last but not least, I left something for her to find that would be fun for her, and that was her dressing table. We have a space here under the window that allowed her to have a real dressing table, and she'd been using kind of a mock-up thing for a long time.
TV tray.
It was a TV tray, and so this really gives her a sense of having the space to herself as well, and extends the vanity without having a larger vanity. So the space that we are sitting in now was part of the half bathroom, part of their bedroom, and part of the closets. And I'd like to show you sort of how that is accessed from the new bedroom next. As part of rearranging the floor plans back in this area where we had access to everything, a wall was taken out at this end of the bedroom that the camera's in, and we walled that off and opened up a corridor space that's totally maneuverable in a wheelchair or with a walker. So you have widened doorways here and here. The closet is totally accessible here with a pocket door so that Tom could wheel in his wheelchair with a walker and access his clothing. And then for additional storage, we added storage here, floor to ceiling, which gives her some built-ins that are recessed into the wall, but gives her a lot of good storage for this space. And lastly, we talked about how we would deal with the lighting, and a lot of the things that we did in this space were for comfort as well as for good safety. So there is a heat lamp here for when Tom came out of the shower. He was always cold, and so we wanted him to be warm. So that lamp was put on a timer, so nobody that was caregiving for him had to remember to turn it off. You could warm the space while he was in the shower and then warm the space when he came out. Dimmable lighting everywhere in here, so that if you have an overcast day, you could bring the light level up. And then good lighting over the vanities, as you saw earlier before. So that was one of the things that was lacking in this house, in all the houses in Creek Hall, is that didn't have good traffic lighting, good activity lighting, specific task lighting. So we tried to address that everywhere that we could.
I think that everything that you did made the home wonderful to live in at the time, but also increased the value of the home for any potential resale down the road. It may be an ADA standard bathroom, but it's a beautiful bathroom, and it's a bathroom that anyone would enjoy being in. Almost when I see the bathroom, I don't think handicap. That's not the first thing that comes to my mind. I just think beautiful bathroom.